Hi students, welcome to lesson number 17, Rural Development Programs. India has been a welfare state since independence, and the primary objective of all governmental endeavours has been the welfare of its people. The policies and programs have been designed with the aim of alleviation of rural poverty, which has been one of the primary objectives of planned development in India. It was realized that a sustainable strategy of poverty alleviation has to be based on increasing the productive employment opportunities in the process of growth itself. Elimination of poverty, ignorance, diseases and inequity of opportunities, and providing a better and higher quality of life were the basic premise upon which all the plans and blueprints of development were built. Rural development implies both the economic betterment of people as well as greater social transformation. In order to provide the rural people with better prospects for economic development, increased participation of people in the rural development programs, decentralization of planning, better enforcement of land reforms, and greater access to credit are envisaged. Initially, main thrust for development was laid on agriculture, industry, communication, education, health and allied sectors, but later on it was realized that accelerated development can be provided only if governmental efforts were adequately supplemented by direct and indirect involvement of people at the grassroots level. The main objectives of this lesson is to discuss about the rural development programs which are currently being implemented by the Government of India with a special focus on rural development and poverty alleviation in rural areas. Now let us discuss about the major programs for rural development. Actually, the rural development programs have been initiated in the country in 1952 itself. The major rural development programs implemented in India between 1952 to 2013 were Community Development Program, Integrated Rural Development Program, Training Rural Youth in Self-Employment, Swarna Jayanti Gram Swarojgar Yojana, Indira Awas Yojana, Jawahar Rojgar Yojana, etc. However, the major programs being operated by the Ministry of Rural Development at present are: the first one is Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, MGNREGA. Second one, Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana National Rural Livelihoods Mission, that is called NRLM. Third one is Pradhana Mantri Awas Yojana. Fourth one, Pradhana Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana. Fifth one, National Social Assistance Program. Sixth one, Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gramin Kaushalya Yojana. Seventh one, Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana. Eighth one, National Rural Drinking Water Program. Now let us discuss about these rural development programs in detail. The first one is Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act has come a long way since its inception and has become a lifeline to millions. The Act aims at enhancing livelihood security of households in rural areas of the country by providing not less than 100 days of guaranteed wage employment in a financial year to every household whose adult members volunteer to do unskilled manual work. Social inclusion, gender parity, social security and equitable growth are the founding pillars of Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. The main objectives of the scheme are providing up to 100 days of unskilled manual work in a financial year to every household in rural areas as per demand, resulting in creation of productive assets of prescribed quality and durability, enhance livelihood security of the rural poor by generating wage employment opportunities in works that develop the infrastructure base of the area concerned, and strengthening and securing the livelihood resource base of the rural poor, ensure empowerment to women, stimulate the local economy by providing a safety net to rural poor, by proactively ensure social inclusion and strengthening grassroots democratic institutions. The government has been working towards bringing positive changes in the program with new initiatives. Several steps have been taken to strengthen the overall implementation of MGNREGS within the overall framework of MGNREG Act 2005. Besides ensuring a high budget allocation to meet the objectives of the Act, measures like electronic fund management system, Aadhaar seeding, geotagging of assets and strengthening of social audit system are some steps towards bringing in more transparency and accountability in the program implementation. To streamline the fund flow mechanism and bring down delay in payment of wages, the Ministry of Rural Development has implemented National Electronic Fund Management System in 21 states and 1 union territory. This process reduces the delay in allocation of funds for payment of wages to the states and removes parking of funds at various levels. Around 96% of the wages are being paid electronically into the bank or post office accounts of MGNREGA workers through electronic fund management system. Now let us discuss about the Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana National Rural Livelihoods Mission. This is also known as NRLM. National Rural Livelihoods Mission, renamed as Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana National Rural Livelihoods Mission, was launched in 2011. It seeks to reach out to 8 to 9 crore rural poor households and organize one woman member from each household into affinity based women self-help groups and federations at village level and at higher levels. While doing so, Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana NRLM ensures adequate coverage of vulnerable sections of the society such that 50% of the beneficiaries are members of the scheduled castes and scheduled tribes, 15% from minority groups and 3% from persons with disability, while keeping in view the overall target of 100% coverage of the rural poor households identified through socio-economic and caste census and through participatory processes of identification of poor households and approved by Gram Sabha. The key components of Deen Dayal Antyodaya National Rural Livelihoods Mission include: number 1, promoting institutions of poor. Strong quality institutions of poor such as self-help groups and their federations are set up on a priority basis. In addition to generic thrift and credit based community institutions and their federations, Deen Dayal Antyodaya NRLM promotes specialized institutions like livelihood collectives, producers cooperatives, companies for livelihood promotions. The institutions of poor empower their members and act as medium for transfer of knowledge and technology dissemination, and hubs of production, collectivization and trade. Next one is training, capacity building and skill building. Systematic and multi-pronged approach has been adopted for providing capacity building to self-help groups, their federations, government functionaries, bankers, non-governmental organizations and other stakeholders. The capacity building is aimed at providing poor with the knowledge and skills to manage their institutions, link up with markets, manage their existing livelihoods and enhance their credit absorption capacity and credit worthiness. Focus is on developing and engaging community professionals and community resource persons in order to provide timely support and bring about reduction in poverty levels. The next point is Community Investment Support Fund. Community Investment Support Fund is routed to self-help groups through federations like primary and secondary level to support development of suitable livelihoods of members and to initiate collective activities wherever feasible. A part of the Community Investment Fund is provided as Vulnerability Reduction Fund, that is called VRF, for supporting the inclusion of very poor communities and making credit accessible to them with or without interest. And next point is National Special Fund Support for Convergence under Deen Dayal Antyodaya NRLP. It was provided to help states mainstream convergence as an effective method to reduce poverty and empower rural poor. Next point is infrastructure creation and marketing support. Deen Dayal Antyodaya NRLM ensures that infrastructure needs for major livelihoods activities of poor are met with. It also provides support for marketing to institutions of poor. The range of activities in marketing support include market research, market intelligence, technology extension, developing backward and forward linkages, building livelihoods collectives and supporting their business plans. The next point is sensitive support structures. Deen Dayal Antyodaya NRLM has set up sensitive and dedicated support structures at the national, state, district and sub-district levels. These support structures are staffed with dedicated professionals. The next point is Mahila Kisan Sashaktikaran Pariyojana, that is MKSP. MKSP is a subcomponent of NRLM to meet the specific needs of women farmers and achieve socio-economic and technological empowerment of the rural women farmers, predominantly small and marginal farmers. Now let us discuss about another program called Pradhana Mantri Awas Yojana. Housing is universally recognized as a basic human need. Reducing rural housing shortage and improving the quality of housing, especially for the poor, is an important component of the poverty alleviation strategy of the government. The rural housing scheme Indira Awas Yojana, implemented by Ministry of Rural Development, aimed at providing houses to families below the poverty line in rural areas, has since inception provided assistance for construction of 360 lakh houses. In the context of government's priority for housing for all by 2022, the rural housing scheme, that is Indira Awas Yojana, has been restructured to Pradhana Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin, that is PMA by G, which came into effect from the financial year 2016-17. The main features of the scheme include A. Providing assistance for construction of 1 crore houses in rural areas over the period of 3 years from 2016-17 to 2018-19. Then B. Enhancement of unit assistance from rupees 70,000 to 1,20,000 in plain areas and from rupees 75,000 to rupees 1,30,000 in hilly states, difficult areas and IAP districts. C is identification of beneficiaries based on the socio-economic and caste census, which was conducted in 2011. This data covering households that are houseless or living in houses with kacha walls and kacha roof with 2 rooms or less, after excluding households falling under the automatic exclusion category. D is setting up of National Technical Support Agency at national level to provide technical support to the implementing agencies and to the beneficiaries in taking up construction of houses and help in achieving the target set under the project. Now let us discuss about another scheme known as Pradhana Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana. Government of India, as the part of poverty reduction strategy, launched the Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana in the year 2000 as a centrally sponsored scheme to assist the states, though rural roads are in the state's list under the constitution. The primary objective of scheme is to provide connectivity by way of an all-weather road with necessary culverts and cross drainage structures which is operable throughout the year to the eligible unconnected habitations as per core network with a population of 500 persons as per 2001 census and above in plain areas. In respect of special category states, Northeast, Sikkim, Himachal Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir and Uttarakhand, the desert areas, the tribal which was included in schedule 5th areas and 88 selected tribal and backward districts. The objective is to connect eligible unconnected habitations as per core network with a population of 250 persons and above. Another important scheme is National Social Assistance Program. Article 41 of the Constitution of India directs the state to provide public assistance to its citizens in case of unemployment, old age, sickness and disablement, and in other cases of undeserved want within the limit of its economic capacity and development. Directive principles of state policy enshrined in the Constitution of India enjoin upon the state to undertake within its means a number of welfare measures. It is in accordance with these noble principles that the Government of India introduced National Social Assistance Program in 1995 as a centrally sponsored scheme under which 100% central assistance is extended to the states and union territories to provide the benefits in accordance with the norms, guidelines and conditions laid down by the central government. NSAP is a social assistance program for poor households, for the aged, widows, disabled and in the case of death of the breadwinner. Presently, NASP comprises the following schemes for below poverty line households: Indira Gandhi National Old Age Pension. Under the scheme, assistance is provided to person of 60 years and above and belonging to family living below poverty line as per the criteria prescribed by Government of India. Central assistance of rupees 200 per month is provided to person in the age group of 60 to 79 years and rupees 500 per month to persons of 80 years and above. Another important program is Indira Gandhi National Widow Pension Scheme. Under the scheme, central assistance of rupees 300 per month is provided to widows in the age group of 40 to 79 years and belonging to family living below poverty line as per the criteria prescribed by Government of India. After attaining the age of 80 years, the beneficiary would be shifted to Indira Gandhi National Old Age Pension Scheme for getting pension of rupees 500 per month. Then another scheme is Indira Gandhi National Disability Pension Scheme. Under the scheme, central assistance of rupees 300 per month is provided to persons aged 18 to 79 years with severe or multiple disabilities to family living below poverty line as per the criteria prescribed by Government of India. After attaining the age of 80 years, the beneficiary would be shifted to Indira Gandhi National Old Age Pension Scheme for getting pension of rupees 500 per month. Then another scheme is National Family Benefit Scheme. Under the scheme, a BPL household is entitled to lump sum amount of money on the death of primary breadwinner aged between 18 and 59 years. The amount of assistance is rupees 20,000. The next important scheme is Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gramin Kaushalya Yojana. Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gramin Kaushalya Yojana is the flagship placement linked skill training program under the Ministry of Rural Development. Announced in 2014, Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gramin Kaushalya Yojana is a critical component of the National Skill Development Policy and has an ambitious agenda to benchmark wage placement linked skill programs to global standards and requirements. The ultimate aim is to convert India's demographic surplus into a demographic dividend by developing rural India into a globally preferred source of skilled labor. As a result, the scheme will also benefit more than 55 million poor rural youth who are ready to be skilled by providing sustainable employment. In this way, the scheme is expected to play a crucial role in generational poverty alleviation. The scheme is a pioneer in standards-led delivery of skilling, the first to notify standard operating procedures for training and the first to introduce IT solutions for skilling, including mandatory tablets for trainees, Aadhaar linked biometric information on attendance and geo-tagged time-stamped record of training centers and classes. Another important scheme is Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana. Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana was launched in 2014 with the aim to develop one village by each member of parliament as a model village by 2016 and 2 more by 2019. The goal of Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana is to translate the comprehensive and organic vision of Mahatma Gandhi into reality, keeping in view the present context. Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana lays emphasis on inspiring values of national pride, patriotism, unity, self-confidence to be as important as developing infrastructure. In other words, Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana attempts to develop the value chain through value change. Till now, 702 gram panchayats have been identified by members of parliament under phase 1 and are taking concrete steps towards their development. This scheme is unique and transformative as it has a holistic approach towards development. It envisages integrated development of the selected village across multiple areas such as agriculture, health, education, sanitation, environment, livelihoods, etc. Far beyond mere infrastructure development, Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana aims at instilling certain values such as people's participation, Antyodaya, gender equality, dignity of women, social justice, spirit of community service, cleanliness, eco-friendliness, maintaining ecological balance, peace and harmony, mutual cooperation, self-reliance, local self-government, transparency and accountability in public life, etc. in the villages and their people, so that they get transformed into models for others. Another important scheme is National Rural Drinking Water Program. The National Rural Drinking Water Program is a centrally sponsored scheme aimed at providing adequate and safe drinking water to the rural population of the country. The National Rural Drinking Water Program is a component of Bharat Nirman, which focuses on the creation of the infrastructure. This has resulted in the provision of significant additional resources to the sector and for creating an environment for the development of infrastructure and capacities for the successful operation of drinking water supply schemes in rural areas. Rural drinking water supply is a state subject and is also included in the 11th schedule of the Constitution amongst the subjects that may be entrusted to panchayats by the states. The participation of the Panchayati Raj institutions in the rural drinking water supply sector is an important area of focus. Several rural development programs have been implemented by the Government of India for the past 6 decades. All these development programs have mainly focused on employment generation, infrastructure development and poverty alleviation in rural areas. These rural development programs have contributed to bring about a qualitative change in the socio-economic life of the people in rural areas. The schemes like Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme and National Rural Livelihoods Mission have contributed for the increasing livelihood opportunities in rural areas. Some schemes like Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gramin Kaushalya Yojana and Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana have contributed for the skill development among the youth and instilling certain values such as people's participation, gender equality, cleanliness, eco-friendliness, self-reliance, local self-government, transparency and accountability, in public life, etc.